Science and spirituality. Essentially, in olden days, man used to be scared of nature and natural forces such as thunder, hurricane, lightning, volcanic activity, etc. Man used to worship the elements of nature, sky, water, fire, earth, sun, moon, and even trees. Man feared the violent animals as he was constrained to live in the jungles with these animals. It goes to show that man did not understand the natural phenomenon in its entirety. In order to keep these forces pleased, the man used to worship them to escape their wrath. It could be construed that the man was slave to nature. Subsequently, the invention of fire and its controlled application helped our ancestors to keep them secure from the wild animals and also assisted them in many ways in their daily lives. Invention of wheels too helped the man in transportation. As the knowledge about the things around increased coupled with experiences he got with trial and error method, the man got evolved in his outlook. This helped man to have needed confidence to tame the elements of nature started. Man began to advance further with increased comforts. Then there was advent of dual-use technology such as nuclear energy. Electric power is also being used in hospitals for conducting most complex operation etc. The unpredictability COVID-19 pandemic infection has had a telling effect on the lives globally. Although medical fraternity globally are using their resources to invent a potent vaccine for cure of coronavirus infection, yet till date there is no headway. Use of computers, software and hardware/mobile and net connectivity. The advent of computers, software and hardware, and net connectivity have changed the very approach of globally. The following are the advantages and disadvantages of computers and net connectivity. Benefits of efficiency in communication. Each one of us are aware of the use of computers and net connectivity. Presently we can communicate with anybody around the world without wastage of time and energy. We can get medical support from experts in the field on audio-video. We can witness the most complex operations in the operation theater environs with the use of computer and net connectivity. Gone are the days of sending letters, telegrams, and other modes of communication. Now is the time for quick connectivity for quick results. Easy connectivity. Previously, it was merely the telephones which were used as a medium of connectivity. Presently, with the advent of mobiles and smartphones, the science and technology have made huge strides in connectivity. The use of mobiles after late 2000, especially with the use of 4G speed, has made the connectivity faster, besides its images are of high quality. Then 5G connectivity is also on the horizon. Dissemination of knowledge. With the use of net connectivity of highest quality, we can get quality information/knowledge from various sources merely by a click on Google through the medium of internet. During COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns, the net connectivity has proven to be of huge utility for the students. The teachers are able to take online classes and continue to do even now because corona infection is still taking toll globally. Adverse effects of net connectivity. More screen time affecting the eyesight of the students. As the students perforce have to attend their online classes from 8 a.m. onward till 3 p.m., with almost no recess in between, thus adversely affecting the eyesight of the students. Social ill effects. When the young minds are allowed to use computers and mobiles unchecked or without any modicum of supervision, then, they can also view the videos which may pollute their impressionable minds. This may obviate their holistic development in life. This could impact the society in general. Health and wellness. The persistent use of mobiles and computers have impacted the lives of the users. Cybercrimes. With the use of net connectivity for e-commerce and digitalization for drawing of cash online, more cybercrimes are happening. The hackers are able to draw cash from the banks and other sources. Nuclear energy for generating electricity. Nuclear energy, when used for generating electricity, it could potentially be of huge benefit for lighting our homes, used in industries. Besides, it could be used for enhancing agricultural produce by pumping water to the crops for more food production. This is a proven fact that advancement in science and technology bestow us knowledge, fame, synergy to produce more goods for enhancing our comforts. Weaponization and its ill effects. Significantly, we cannot ignore the race for weaponization ill effects. Firstly, the COVID-19 pandemic lockdowns has exhausted the economic straits of most of the countries. Reeling under the pressure of economic slowdowns, the countries concerned should use their resources for raising the standard of their masses. But sadly, the resources are being used for enhancing their stores of weapons, more the destructive ones, more the need. Then the nuclear power countries are browbeating the non-nuclear states so much so that this scientific invention could prove counterproductive and destructive. The two world wars and battles around the world have not helped. The competition in weaponization around the world for ascendancy still continues. One can imagine if some hotheads amongst the rulers or a weapon of mass destruction may fall in the hands of terrorists may become a cause of destruction. What would be the fate of the country against whom these weapons would be used? Who has forgotten the detonation 2 atomic bombs over Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki in 1945 in the World War II? We shudder to think about the use of weapons of mass destruction presently when the intensity and effectiveness of the weapons is more severe. The ongoing battle hotspots in different parts of countries continues, the condition in Afghanistan, Yemen, Ethiopia, terrorism in different parts of countries, Libya, Iran, conflicting report in Persian Gulf, North Korea and South Korea, China and Taiwan, and also standoff between India and China in Ladakh continues. The terrorism emanating from some countries too is a matter of concern. Ill effects of industrialization. Nobody disputes that industrialization is good for the humanity in making their lives easy in many ways. We are also aware of the ill effects of industrialization resulting in congestion of big cities producing more pollution, air, water, and environment. All this pollution thus is becoming a cause of lung-related diseases and other health hazards. Use of science and technology for ushering in growth for peace and prosperity of humanity. It goes to show that science and technology could be used for creating environment for sound health and relieve the humanity of suffering. Besides, the advances made in surgery has proved to be most beneficial. The knowledge gained over a period of time for proceeding further for the progress of humanity as a whole, thereby enhancing their lifespan. Forward movement of science should not be for destructive pursuits. The advancement in science and technology is a reason for spoiling the balance of nature, thus become destructive. Use of science and technology in positive pursuits. It could better be construed that science and technology, if used in positive pursuits and in harmonized mode, the science could be a huge boon for humanity. The production from industries has multiplied, which is being used for the use of humans. The increased agricultural produce with the use of new agricultural implements and fertilizers can alleviate the hunger of millions. Growth of knowledge should be in sync with the present need. In order to be in sync with the present requirements, the younger generation has to attend formal institutions for learning fresh, move forward in science and technology, but with a caveat: to follow a life of compassion along with becoming accustomed to and follow values system which helps the humanity to have holistic growth and development in the lives of common man, thus become the master of their destinies. Spiritual growth while pursuing goal of growth in science and technology. For a holistic life to be a reality, the present generation has to aspire for material possession along with following a spiritual orientation in our lives. But we should always not have too much attachment to the worldly possessions. With detached mindset and being master of our mind, we can live spiritually. For this, meditation or prayer to our Creator is a must. This could also be by chanting mantras in order to connect our soul, Atma, with the Super Soul, Paramatma. This will bestow us deeper enlightenment, and that too within us. The practice of meditation in the form of either satsang, singing prayers on chorus, or focusing on God will help establish connectivity with higher force if we remain committed and sincere in our meditation. This will also help realize our true potential. If we marry our inner potentialities with scientific temper, it will prove most beneficial for us in our lives. Furthermore, if we concentrate on meditation for self-realization/self-awareness, then we can adopt this methodology in learning new advancements in science and technology with concentrated mindset for optimum results. Benefits of spiritual orientation lifestyle. We can thus get maximum benefits by living a life of spirituality and also adopting scientific temper side by side. This will help us realize our inner potentials for maximum benefits. When all this is done by remaining sincere, honest in our disposition, besides remaining humble to the core, then we can harmonize ourselves with the environs in which we are living. In this, here living a life of humility despite having acquired the goal makes our lives sublime and worth living. All these things would make us determined, fearless, and compassionate besides having self-belief and firm belief in our Creator. Spiritual life could go side by side the performing of our daily duties. With spiritual orientation in life, we tend to perform out duties assigned to us with a detached mental outlook. Here we have to be careful lest we are swayed by the material possessions or compare ourselves with others and want to get what others have. In other words, we should be the master of our mind rather than dictated by our senses for getting things. Life's distractions. While pursuing our goal in our life, we have many distractions. These distractions could be self-created or due to environmental influences. The self-created distractions are created by our mind, which remain wandering from one topic to other, and also the environs in which we are living. If the environ is not congenial, we could be effectively physically and mentally. When we adopt spiritual orientation in life, we tend to have holistic growth in life. When we water a plant, whole of the plant gets energy. The spiritual orientation in life works in the same analogy as water helps a plant by transporting dissolved sugar, important nutrients, through the plant and helps growth of a plant. How best to be spiritually aware? For spiritual orientation to be successful, it is important to have the following important aspects. Meditation/prayers, dhyan. In order to lead spiritual directed life, we should have focused meditation in order to connect with the higher forces. If we adopt sincerity in our effort, we can have connectivity with God. Having achieved this, means achieving everything in life. Character, sadachar. Character, sadachar, too plays a crucial role in the life of an individual. In this the maxim, when wealth is lost, nothing is lost, when health is lost, something is lost, when character is lost, all is lost. It is because of fact that it is through character of an individual that an individual is known. Humility, vinamrata. We should not lose sight of humility despite our acquired status or position in the society. Righteousness, dharam. We should always live a life with virtuous attitude and moralistic way of living. Service, seva. Then seva or service with a smile to the humanity too plays a predominant role and enriches the spiritual orientation of an individual. Honesty and integrity, imanadari or akandata. These two traits are essential for living a purpose life. Becoming happy on other misfortunes. It has been observed that our world today is moving towards chaotic and disorderly state in one way and other. There is breakdown in world order slowly and surely. Seemingly, as though even the world bodies like UNO, WHO, ICJ, WTO, and even world body like UNO, responsible for ushering in order around the world too, has failed miserably. The rampant violence, aggressive designs, terrorism, nepotism, selfish attitude, hegemonic attitude by some countries, and above all spreading dreaded infection. In such a scenario, the lives of saints, sages, Sufis and gurus could make huge difference in our life. The one such is the teachings of Lord Buddha, which is given below. Principles of Buddha's philosophy. Everything is subject to change, anicca, there is nothing which is static. This should serve us lesson that if we adopt fraudulent and self-centered attitude and practices, we shall be working in unnatural way. It is relevant for an individual or any nation. There is all-pervasive suffering, dukkha. There are ups and downs in our lives. We cannot say that we shall have all roses on our path. We have to experience thorns too. We have to experience all sort of situations and conditions. Even Lord Vishnu's incarnations like Rama and Krishna had to suffer pangs while they lived on this earth. Everything is empty, anatta. there is a void in everything and anything we undertake. But we tend to think ourselves complete and perfect, which could also be termed as living with egocentric tendencies. 4 Noble Truths. There is prevalence of suffering, dukkha. There are ups and downs in everybody's life. We should always bear in mind these aspects in life. Ups and downs are the 2 sides of the same coin, should never be forgotten. Suffering in life is not without a cause, samudaya. As there is always cause and effect. We always suffer the pangs of our karma, or due to the attachment to the fruits of our action. No attachment, no suffering, nara. When attachment to the fruits of our action is absent, then there is no suffering. There is a path leading to escape from suffering, marga. The Noble Eightfold Path leads us to a life without suffering. Conclusion. In my considered opinion, I am of the firm conviction that if science and technology is used for the benefit of the humanity, then there would be peace and harmony globally. When peace and harmony prevail, there is a dawn of equanimity and even-handedness, then humanity as a whole could pursue their belief and faith as they desire. Contrarily, science and technology, when used coercively for hegemony as has been done by some countries, then general masses cannot pursue their purpose of life, i.e., pursue spiritualism, therefore, counterproductive.